So that is the start list for the men's still rings competition. Takuya Sakagibara, who took a silver on floor, will be second to go and was the second strongest qualifier here. He'll be followed by the third strongest, John Yo-seop of the Republic of Korea, and then the fifth to go will be Liu Yang of the People's Republic of China, the top qualifier as China go for 5 out of 5. In the men's still rings final, Satsuki Ogaki of Japan, the fourth strongest in qualification. He's from the beautiful island of Hokkaido. It's one of the parts of Japan that tourists often come back from a trip and say, I wish I'd managed to get up to Hokkaido. I urge you to go. It is spectacular. Fabulous place to enjoy a good meal as well. Secure in the straddle planche. Nicely hit handstand. Holding it well too. And again. Jonas and Yamawaki combination. That's very encouraging. Satsuki Ogaki, as his difficulty increases, as his strength grows, as his body grows, could well be a real contender on this piece. He might well find himself priced out in terms of difficulty in this final, but there's lots about his technique that's very pleasing. It's a calm display. Jonason with the pike position into the Yamawaki with the tuck position. Just a little arched, perhaps with the back in some of those transition points. Very small, but that's where those tenths can disappear to. Little compression and a diagonal step on the landing too. But you know what, for an international debut, it'll do very nicely. How does it compare to the 12.7 from qualification? .4, just a little down from qualification. He's lost a few tenths of difficulty. Now to the second strongest qualifier, Takuya Sakagibara. Much like Kokoro Fukasawa, he's from Sabai High School. Some very good gymnastics work going on there. Just little adjustments on the straddle planche, slightly arched going into that first handstand. Lovely distinction between the Jonas and Yamawaki elements, and maybe a touch raised on the iron cross. It's a lovely handstand. Very exciting. We've already seen a lot from this young gymnast. Those of you who watch the Youth Olympic Games in Buenos Aires will know that there's some great work coming through on the still rings in Japanese gymnastics. Takeru Dazona, of course, was the star of the men's competition in Buenos Aires, and he particularly was exciting to watch on the still rings. But this is very compelling strength from this young man. there perhaps a little diagonal in his shoulder presentation. And those of you who watch a lot of still rings competition, you'll understand that temptation that one has just to get out a ruler and or a protractor and really measure those angles and straight lines. It's very much what the judges are looking for, is that sense of geometry, just as is the case in the parallel bars final. He had the chance, Sakakibara, to impose himself upon the national championships last month and acquitted himself well. Only competed in floor and vault, but he's just growing in experience step by step. We'll see Zhaoqing in just a moment, waiting for the score for Sakakibara, and it's 13.4, so he's down by a couple of tenths, similar to his teammate Zhaoqing, but leading the way is Sakakibara. Zhaoqing just missed out on a medal in the pommel horse competition. 27-year-old from Seoul, third strongest qualifier with a 13.4. Using a lot of strength to hold that iron cross. Tough press up into that handstand. So much strength required. Little arched in the back. Interesting dismount and made that work nicely. Is he going to be able to go a little step further now? Zhaoqing. Fourth position in the pommel horse. So important in the rings routines that the gymnasts, they don't just show that great deal of strength and stability, they've got to be able to make the swinging work as well. And the most popular combination will always be the Yamawaki-Jonassen. Judges will look to see the knees are really brought in tightly in the tuck position for the Yamawaki. Best score we've had so far, Takuya Sakakibara, 13.4. We have a gymnast to come who's got a 5.8 difficulty score from qualification, that's Liu Yang. Also got a 5.6 to come. More on that in just a moment. 13.45, enough for Zhaoqing to go into the lead. So it is Zhaoqing who leads the way with 13.45. Takuya Sakakibara in second place on 13.4. Satsuki Ogaki in third place on 12.4. But now here we have the top qualifier, Liu Yang, 14.55. And world champion in China on the still rings in 2014. What a lovely stable Maltese. And there, the massive strength in the inverted cross. Such elegance in the Jonassen into the iron cross. Varying his support skills going into the planche. Now the Yamawaki into the Maltese. A little flick of the head. Did you spot that, judges? That was for you. Oh yes, oh yes. A muted celebration from Liu Yang. I think he'll just let the numbers do the talking there. Rather mesmerising to watch. He has taken World Cup glory in the still rings, in Cottbus last year very notably. Didn't have the easiest national championships right here in Zhaoqing last month, but this was made to look utterly effortless. He transitions with elegance and enormous strength from element to element. A lovely distinction actually between, rather than mixing the Yamawaki Jonassens, to actually have a discrete sections punctuated by support skills. Tiny moment of instability on the dismount, but it's not going to trouble him. Olympic bronze medalist in Rio 2016. Gymnasts like Zhaoqing will very much look to a gentleman like Liu Yang for great inspiration. He will enjoy a great deal just competing in a final with him. Well, there's the current leader. I think he will be expecting that to be short-lived. Very tight in the battle for gold and silver at the moment. That might turn out to be tight in the battle for something a little lower once this next score is in. Zhaoqing will be expecting to drop out of the medals, barring some interesting maths. They know something we don't. Oh, it's big, 15.4 for Liu Yang. That's a great score to comfortably go into the lead. He's virtually an entire mark up from qualifying. And he's positioned to walk away with this competition now. What can Kim Chol of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea do? First time we've seen him in World Cup competition. Just a little high in his iron cross. Look, the most fluid moment of the display. Seem to be caught between a couple of skills. A lot of strength to press up into the handstand though. Got there with determination. Yes, it did have the feeling of a routine that wasn't quite ever fully in the sort of control that he probably can deliver that. And it's going to be a hefty deduction, the heftiest of all for those hands going down in the dismount. His teammates have more success. Ri Yongmin is next to go. And that sense of being a little diagonal in the iron cross will be noted by the judges. Tucked his knees in nicely for the Yamawaki. Quite jackknifed as he moved in towards that landing. So Liu in first place. And then there's a considerable gap as we go down to John, who's in second place. It's a 2-mark gap, in fact. And we have just one more gymnast to go after the score is in for Kim Chol. It will actually be the final display of this first day of competition at the FIG World Challenge Cup in Zhaoqing. We have got another day to come tomorrow. Sitting on the right, Satsuki Ogaki, who just saw himself drop out of the much sought after top 3 with that display from Liu Yang. But he was pretty much the first to congratulate his competitor. What a display it was. Look at that gap, 15.4 to 13.45. I mean, that's how you establish a lead, isn't it? Certainly how you hold one too. Takeya Takibara looking for a couple of medals in his first World Cup competition. 10.95 score for Kim Chol. Have quite a few execution issues. He's currently positioned in 6th place. One of his teammates, Ri Yongmin. The 5th best in qualifying, 12.65 for the 28-year-old. Certainly a gymnast that many of you will know if you've watched events like the Asian Championships and the Asian Games. He's competed at those on a couple of occasions. Nice V position moving into the inverted. Oh, well transitioned, lovely shoulder presentation in the iron cross. Super technique, and the Yamawaki Jonassen into another really nice looking cross. Handstand just overarches a fraction. And that one goes in the other direction. He's done well to hold it. Step forward as he lands, but lots in there that was very secure, particularly his swingfulness and the way he escaped the swinging into the cross positions. That looked really good. Look back at this display of Ri Yongmin, the final performance in this first day of competition at the Zhaoqing World Challenge Cup. First ever edition of the competition as the World Challenge Cup expands its programme. Next up we'll have the event in Osijek taking place this weekend, and it's Koper in Slovenia the weekend after that. Very busy month of World Challenge Cup action, and very busy time for gymnastics, full stop. A lot of the continental competitions coming into play. Also events like the European Games and the Universiade, the World University Games, happening in Minsk and Naples respectively. Pan American Games coming up shortly after that. And this little thing called the World Championships as well in Stuttgart in October that all of the gymnasts are eyeing hungrily. Busy, busy year. Lots of opportunities for new names to impose themselves as well. A lot of the national championships are happening around this time of year too. Some of those national champs go on a little bit later in the year, sort of September mark, but others already happening. 12.45, it's fourth place for Ri Yongmin. He's just missed out just by one position, but there was never really any doubt. Almost, one dare say, from the opening seconds of Liu Yang's routine, so composed and controlled was it. But that's a great moment for Jeon Yo-seop. Having finished fourth in the pommel horse competition, he's taken a silver medal in the still rings event, and it's another medal for Takeya Sakakibara, a silver on the floor, a bronze in the still rings. Very accomplished first World Challenge Cup from the Japanese teenager. But on the subject of things that are accomplished, that wonderful display from Liu Yang, such control, such style, such a margin of victory. And it's 5 out of 5 for the People's Republic of China in the Zhaoqing World Challenge Cup first day of finals. Lovely to see the big smiles of gymnasts making their way onto a World Cup podium for the first time, such as Jeon Yo-seop. There is the confirmation of the results in this men's still rings final. Takeya Sakakibara of Japan taking the bronze, just beaten to silver by Jeon Yo-seop of the Republic of Korea, and the People's Republic of China's Liu Yang easily winning the competition with a margin of victory of almost 2 whole marks. And what then is the story of day one of competition? Well, it's quite a simple one. It's 5 gold medals for the host nation. Onwards then to day 2 of competition, and 5 more finals to take place tomorrow, which I hope you will join us for. Will it be a clean sweep again for the People's Republic of China? We will find out, but for now, do enjoy the best of the action from today in Zhaoqing. Until tomorrow, goodbye.